I check the mic and then I check the mic. Check it, check a 1, 2, 3. Check, check. YouTube, you gonna let me start this live stream or what? All right, thank you, YouTube. So, I was working on the next book review, which is the Trivium. We're gonna start off 2026 properly with a proper book. I keep almost cussing, and I'm trying not to cuss. But yeah, gonna start off 2026 epic with the Trivium, grammar, logic, rhetoric in that order. It doesn't work in any other order. So I figured, since I tend to get fired up about natural law, tend to get fired up about that natty law, I figured I better do a Chatauqua, especially since tomorrow is kind of a lame day and nobody will be on the internet. So I figured today will be a great day for another Chatauqua. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of tired of this tavern, so I might set my ship on fire here, burn my vessel down, and then it'll take us to it'll spawn to a new island, hopefully. Conceptually. In theory, we'll spawn to a new island. I kind of want to get away from the tavern. Get away from these outposts. Get away from the merchants. You know, these greedy merchants. They all want your money. They don't do any of the work. You know, us pirates have to go to the islands and bring them the merch. Actually, let me add some decoration here. Might as well, right? This is gonna be a different Chatauqua. Well, I don't know how long we're gonna go today. Probably just a little over an hour. Picklehead left the building, so the beagles have been barking literally every 5 minutes. We'll go for the stray from the past hole there with the gold hawk. Let's go Briggsy, actually. And then we'll do rare regalia, and then we'll do this. Looks kind of cool for no reason. I've never put that on any of my ships yet. Lotus flower looking thing, and what is that? Oh, that's pretty sick. Pretty sick capstan. Let's go with the rare, and then the ska flag, because dad jokes. Oh yeah, dad jokes. If you're in the northern Indiana area, I got some announcements later, but we'll get to the Chatauqua first. We'll get to the Chatauqua. Okay, so that'll burn down in a minute. So while that's burning, we're gonna find a seat here. And let's start knocking out some pages here. I was listening to Mark Passio's presentation on it's just called Natural Law. There's an 8-hour version on YouTube. Although within the first 10 minutes, there's like a horror movie soundtrack. The guy who posted the video said it was a post-edit mistake that he made, but it's just really annoying. But it's only there for that 10 minutes. I basically listened to the whole presentation today, and I started getting fired up. And like I said, the beagles kept distracting me from reading the Trivium, which is one of those books that you definitely need. You definitely need concentration for the Trivium. But let me drink some W here. Got some Japanese soda in my W cup today. My W Song Jinu solo leveling. Oh, was that it? Oh, get some holes there. Welcome back to Beagle Eye Visions, everybody. Thank you so much. If this is your first time in here, I highly recommend go back to the first Chatauqua, because we're on chapter 6, Democracy. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a juicy chapter. So if you're joining, go back and watch the first modern day Chatauqua for the end of all evil, and I will be making a playlist soon. But like I said, I got too many irons in the fire, too many projects. I won't be able to get to play Gex, the Christmas level either. But that's kind of, I was thinking about just playing the Christmas. Never mind. Let's get into the material. Slavery impersonates liberty. Man, ooh, so good. I'm already getting fired up. Literally fired up. The absolute pinnacle of cultural success is to convince people that they are free in their slavery, and it has been working so well. People really think they're free. But, you know, one thing that Mark Passio talks about in that Natty Law presentation that is flawless. That is a flawless presentation. He talks about when people want something, it's usually because they don't have it. You know, people, you see the freedom bumper stickers, you see the American flags in people's yards. You know, like we have American flag right in our front yard hanging off our house. You know, people desire things that they do not have. I do not have a Mini Cooper convertible, John Cooper turbo supercharged Mini Cooper S, and because I don't have it, I freaking want one. You know, it's really not rocket science. It's basic, like, kind of day one stuff, everybody. But people still struggle to understand that because common sense has become like a rare freaking unicorn. Common sense has become like a rare llama in Fortnite, man. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. They need to start teaching common sense in school. What are they teaching kids nowadays? Man. Anyways, democracy is an invented theory, not a moral truth. It is a construct of evil. It was created to impersonate freedom while still maintaining the grip of law over people. As in every instance in history, the pattern of tyranny repeats itself by reinventing lies to hide the same slavery. Yeah, that reminds me of a V for Vendetta quote. Artists use lies to tell the truth, while politicians use lies to cover them up, to cover the truth up. I love the sound of that. That's kind of cool. It's kind of distracting, but it's okay. Democracy is about making slaves and master of slaves. The teachings of the world's great democracies are those of liberty and a voice for every person. They teach us that democracies are the greatest possible form of government. The reason they give is that democracy offers a voice for the common man. Unlike kings, dictators, and communists, democracy allows most people to have a say in the affairs of their neighbors. Yeah, and people love having a say in the affair of their neighbors. Believe that! People have no idea how to mind their own business. The evil of democracy knows no freedom. A free person has none to enslave him. Instead, democracies offer everyone the opportunity to enslave you. And then, yeah, democracies, right, your quote-unquote right to vote. And people go to them polls, you know, they talk about it endlessly until they're blue in the flippin' face, you know? Oh, who are you voting for? Oh, I'm voting for... It's so stupid, dude. Your vote doesn't even count. It's like they have chairmans and board of directors and stuff like that. I forget the... there's a guy that talks about it, but he's still a statist. At the end of his video, he's like, your vote doesn't count, but at the end of the video, he's like, yeah, but you should still go out and vote. So this like chubby guy with glasses, it looks like he drinks every day. He talks really fast. He's a total dork. He's on like AETV or I forget the channel he's always on. He's got his own TV show. He's not worth mentioning, but you know, anyway, it's like he breaks it down. It's your vote in the districts. Like they can move around the districts of where, like they can change the voting districts to however they want to change the votes to the puppet that they want. And you know, whoever you vote for, they're gonna put some, you know, it's like, and plus you only get 2 choices every year. Like I voted Libertarian one year and I didn't win, and I'm never voting again. Just like the Guttermouth song. There we go. Now the ship goes down. But anyways, W's got me fired up. I need to stick to the material. Majority rule. Democracy culture teaches the rule of law. It teaches that law created by majority rule is morality. Any law, any demand, any punishment is moral when implemented by the majority. Perversions of democracy, such as democratic republics and supermajorities, are no different. Any law able to be passed by representative, majority, supermajority, or any other group becomes morality. If you can convince 50% of the people to enslave themselves or their neighbors, is it moral? If you can convince 66%, 75%, 99%, or everyone, is it morality? The affliction of law is a game of evil. Evil seek control over people in order to destroy their worth. It does not care who enslaves them, it does not care who enslaves whom or why. There is no morality in law. Oh, there she is. There is no morality in law. Try not to forget my spot. I wonder where we're gonna spawn at. And it's nighttime. Let's get a sick island. Okay, not too shabby. There's a fire over here. Oh, it's the temple. Aw, dang it. Man, I can't wait to grind some Sea of Thieves. But, I just really been working on the Trivium. I'm kind of behind. Kind of been slacking. Kind of been playing too many video games. Which is not a problem. Not complaining. Or am I? I don't know. Where's a good spot to sit? Should I just go sit on the ship? Alright. That looks pretty sick. Alright. We're still here. Awesome. Hopefully my voice is picking up. Looks like it is. There is no morality in law. Democratic teaching says that as soon as the legal voting bloc approves a law, it is right and proper to inflict it upon a people. Why should the destruction of your freedom be acceptable just because someone else says so? Does evil become righteous when more people desire it? Would evil be righteous if all people desire it? Tyranny by one king is the same as tyranny by 100 million kings. It is the nature of compulsion and law that is evil. How the law is achieved is meaningless. Hiding tyranny in the constructs of representative government and majority rule is commonplace in our modern world and in the high seas. After so many millennia of royalty and warlords, people have learned to see some of the evil in tyranny. Thousands of years were required to discard the notion of nobility and divine right of rule. Today, many in the world have an understanding that there is no birthright to rule over others as a king. But the deviousness of evil has pushed that burden upon individual concepts instead of upon itself. Evil teaches modern peoples that royalty and dictators were a mistake, but that submission to your neighbors is right. In early U.S. history, the majority allowed the enslaving and systematic dehumanization of Africans. Did the law of democracy moralize slavery? Theories such as majority rule are inherently evil. Evil would have you believe that evil is good and that freedom is anarchy. From the position of a free individual, it is horrendous to watch members of a democracy not only swallow the, in quotes, rule of law as inflicted in all manner and forms upon their lives, but also to witness the self-same victims inflict differing versions of morality upon their neighbors. And like speaking of, this happened 4 or 5 months ago, and this was somebody in my family. Again, of course, a homeowner. I'm working on his roof, fixing his shingles. My aunt paid me to go over to his house and help him out, and his neighbor had multiple vehicles. That was it. His neighbor had multiple vehicles. And my family member is retired. He's almost to the age where he doesn't... I don't think he drives. I don't think he leaves his house. Right? I didn't see his vehicle. And so his neighbor across the street had... he just bought like a couple vehicles. He got a deal on them or whatever. I don't know the whole story. But my family member called the enforcement code on his neighbor because this homeowner had more than 2 cars out in front of the curb, and like I don't know, I don't remember exactly. I think people were complaining, like other neighbors in the area were complaining about parking spots. And he called code enforcement, and so this guy who just acquired a new car had to sell his car because his neighbor called code enforcement on him. And it's like like nobody was being harmed. There was no immoral action being done to anybody in the neighborhood. Yet called code enforcement, and code enforcement said, if you don't move your car, we are going to fine you. And guess what? If he didn't pay that fine, he probably would have went to freaking jail. You know, this is ridiculous. This is completely evil. And this is why government is evil. Like, the fact that people can do that to each other. Why would somebody want to do that to you? It's so ridiculous. It's just totally egotistical. Like, raise my fist. You got too many cars, neighbor. You got too many cars. Move your car. Like, oh my God, it's so dumb, dude. If you can convince, oh no, I already read that. There is no morality in law. Democratic teachings that as soon as the legal voting bloc approves a law, it is right and proper to inflict it on people. Why should the destruction of your freedom be acceptable just because someone else says so? Does evil become righteous when more people desire it? Oh, I already read this, but still, like, it's, oh my gosh, so good. Oh, the glow of the magma on my golden chest that's disgusting. Hiding tyranny in the constructs of representative government and majority rule, God, I hate that, majority rule, is commonplace in our modern world. After so many millennia of royalty and warlords, people have learned to see some of the evil in tyranny. Thousands of years were required to discard the notion of nobility and divine right of rule. Today, many in the world have understanding that there is no birthright to rule over others as a king. But the deviousness of evil has pushed that burden upon individual concepts instead of evil upon itself. Oh, I already read this too. Evil teaches modern people that royalty and dictators were a mistake, but that submission to your neighbors is right. Yeah. In early U.S. history, the majority allowed the enslaving and systematic dehumanization of Africans. Oh, I already read this too. Jeez. Theories such as majority rule are inherently evil. Evil would have you believe that evil is good and that freedom is anarchy. I'm just going to keep going. From the position of a free individual, it is horrendous to watch members of a democracy not only swallow the quote-unquote rule of law as inflicted in all manner of form upon their lives, but also to witness the self-same victims inflict differing versions of morality upon their neighbors. Some people believe that democracies are a safe and proper form of government since the majority of people are decent. They believe that the majority will set proper rules for the minority. This belief teaches two lies. This belief teaches two lies. First, that there is nobility in law, that it is the right to force the minority to obey. Second, that the minority, if left to themselves, will destroy the lives of everyone else. The minority are controlled and forced by a system of police and law to conform to the correct manner of behaviors defined as crime. None of this has anything to do with defending the liberty of the majority. It is about controlling the minority. It is about conditioning the majority to the taste of evil. The thirst for power over others is the lure of democracy. Exactly. That's why the most immoral, evil people strive to be politicians and strive for these positions in government and democracy and bureaucracy. The people who work at the DMV, the people who work at the IRS, they love it. They thrive in this evil. They get paid from it. You know, if this evil didn't exist, the people who worked at the DMV wouldn't get a paycheck. And God forbid, you know, it's that awesome quote. It's hard to get a man to understand the truth when his paycheck depends on him not understanding it. And that is so true. How many ministers out there are preaching, God loves you, God loves you, God loves you, and getting money, right? Getting money to preach. I know a preacher who's in Ghana. He's traveling to Ghana right now. They pay for his passport. It's his job to travel all over the world and preach a false spirituality. They revel in it. They don't care. These people have no true care. They don't care about freedom. They don't care about truth. They don't care about morality. They want that dollar. I forgot what I was going to add on to that. There is no majority. The modern history of people, they got W in my beard. That's why I added some facial hair, because I haven't been shaving. The modern history of powerful democracies has shown that there is no such thing as, quote, the majority or, quote, the minority. Factions of ideologies within populations fragment democratic societies into countless splinters. Different approaches, compromises, and rules break apart any possibility of a single majority, while still creating endless compulsion via law. Because of this, you are guaranteed, regardless of who you are, to be in some majority circles and some minority circles. You will taste of both the control over others in dictating law and in the slavery of having law dictated upon you. Your neighbor, who may otherwise think like you, will be willing to sacrifice your liberty, exactly what I just talked about. Your neighbor will be willing to sacrifice your liberty to achieve some of his means. Or sometimes they'll be willing to sacrifice your liberty to achieve nothing, just to be an asshole. You know? Like, people freaking call the cops on each other. They get nothing out of it. You need to call the cops on the people who are beating innocent people on the streets. That, like, there was I went to a St. Patty's Day event. I went to Chicago and I went and saw the Tossers. And, God, I was just disgusted. I saw this black dude. He was just drinking and being loud on the street. This black dude was getting the absolute tar beat out of him with 3 police officers and a nightstick. And there were 4 people surrounding the situation in the street, blocking traffic, fucking recording it on their cell phone instead of actually taking any action. You know, I walked past too. I was the same thing. I'm guilty too. I participated in the evil by just walking past this this dude getting beat up. The three order-following cowards with nightsticks. This dude is on the ground getting his head kicked in. Because of this, you are guaranteed, regardless of who you are, to... Oh, I already read that. Your neighbor may otherwise be... Oh, yeah. Likewise, in a democracy, you will be tempted to make criminals of your neighbors as soon as culture teaches people that it is right and proper to destroy liberty under any premise. Authority splinters and tyranny grows. Violence and destruction. Democracy creates violence and destruction. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have to read it. Democracy creates violence and destruction. That is a freaking gold nugget right there. Chat, can we clip that? Democracy teaches people that it is proper to inflict your will by force upon others. Indeed, it teaches people that they are entitled to take anything from their neighbors by force. Yeah, exactly. Food stamps. The whole idea of food stamps. Give me your food. I'm poor. I'm poor and too lazy to get a job, so I'm going to have this mob point a gun at you so I can steal your money so I can get Red Bull. Red Bull and steaks. Democracy so synchronistic. Indeed, it teaches people that they are entitled to take anything from their neighbors by force. And the reason why I said this is synchronistic, democracies are always welfare states. Because everyone is able to create laws legitimizing theft. The strongest democracies have the highest taxation and most regulation. Government employees are able to influence laws and benefit their own positions and salaries. The more regulation created, the more opportunities for pirating in the name of propriety. Hey, pirating! Hey, let me get up. I'm going to go dance on a rock. Hey, or I'm going to dance right here because I don't want to freaking move too much. Hey, pirating! But anyways. Many wish to control the behavior. I keep losing my spot because everyone are creating legitimized theft. The strongest democracies have the highest taxation. Government employees are able to, the more regulation created, the more opportunities for pirating in the name of propriety. Many wish to control behavior in the name of religion, environment, economics, decency, and safety. Democracy teaches that these things have more value than human beings. Evil always teaches people that achieving specific behaviors from people is more important than the people themselves. Evil would have you believe that righteousness is found in propriety instead of in you. All right, that's shouldn't be dancing to some of this material. Let me sit on the highest peak here, like Sugar Ray, sitting on the highest tree. Oh, I got myself in a pickle. Now I'm just wasting time. Oh! Oh no! I'm totally stuck. Send me back, tickle my back with my... Whoa! Oh, there we go. Okay. Hey, what's up? Let's play some ghosts while we're at it, right? Yeah, let's find some gold pouches here. Just so it doesn't kick me, you know. I hate that it kicks you for being quote-unquote inactive. Alright, give me some gold pouches. Son of a... Well, since I ran out of ammo, I'll just head back to the ship. But yeah, democracy is evil. This is why people need to study natural law. Stop talking about politics during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Stop talking about sports. Stop talking about Michael Jordan. Stop talking about LeBron James. He's not the GOAT. Paul Pierce is the true GOAT. Stop talking about sports. Start talking about natural law. Start talking. If we as individuals can't pull people over, where does police get the right to pull people over? Right? Ask questions like that. Ask the real questions. Ask the juicy questions. Next to that juicy dead flesh covered in pineapple that you guys are all eating, you know? Why do we always have dead flesh during holidays? 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's always ham, dead flesh. Why? Satanic. Satanism, pseudo-Satanism. Many wish to control behavior in the name of religion. When democratic cultures strengthen, it is obvious to everyone that the legitimacy of law is a farce. Any law is noble as soon as it becomes law. What would be considered the crimes of kidnapping, mugging, and murder are now committed for you, in proxy by police. Mature democracies will find certain people who begin dispensing with the excuse of law and simply take what they want when they want it. There is no more evil than law, just more efficient. This is no more evil than law, just more efficient. I remember what I was going to say. So most people have a poisoned worldview that people are evil. So to protect people from evil people, we're going to give a certain sect, a certain majority of those same people that are very evil, inherently evil, that can't be trusted, we're going to give a certain sect of those people the right to kidnap, steal, and murder to protect from people who kidnap, steal, and murder. Right? I'm talking about the police. We're going to give, in order to protect people from murderers, we're going to give a job to murderer. Like it's so stupid. It is the height of stupidity. It's so dumb. And most people really believe that. Most people have a normalized worldview. People, what bastards, people have. And I get it. It's hard to not have a poison worldview, but it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy to have that type of world. It's just, what are you going to be, a hermit? You just not talk to anybody? No. The height of democracy is the chaos of men stealing from men, destroying each other's liberty at will, and crushing the human spirit simply because they can. The height of democracy isn't inability to think, to speak, or to act for fear of law. This is not anarchy, this is tyranny. Tyranny is always disguised as culture and law. Yeah, about 2 years ago, I got punched in the face. I got punched in the face by my family member, right in the same chair. You know? And what did I actually did call the cops. But, hey, what did the cops do? Nothing. Because I didn't have any evidence. One of my other family members deleted the video on the Ring camera. So it's like, what the fuck is the point of having a Ring camera in the living room if you're going to delete the violent, if you're going to delete the video, you're going to delete the evidence when violence occurs. It doesn't make any sense, you know? Still, never got an apology for that. Kind of fucking drives me nuts, but whatever. Perfect evil. To understand the nature of democracy, it is essential to understand that evil is destruction of freedom. The stability of control is the engineering design of culture. The more stability that authority can be exerted with, the better. Stability in history is non-existent. Wars have been fought continually. Empires have been born and destroyed throughout the millennia. Nearly every excuse for tyranny has been tried and eventually overcome. Human beings seek liberty in their lives because liberty is the nature of humanity. Liberty is life. Our continual struggle against evil has been recorded by history. Evil has eventually lost every war it started. This is a testament to the strength of goodness and humanity. It is also a testament of the adaptability and evolution of evil. I freaking love this freaking sunset. Sunset music. I'm glad I came out to this island because I can hear the song a lot better. You know, in the tavern, there's like the fires going, and you got the bottles clinging, the bartender's, you know, working her knuckles to the bone. Human beings seek liberty in their lives because liberty is the nature of humanity. Liberty is life. Our continued struggle against evil has been recorded by history. Evil has eventually lost. Every form of tyranny has failed because people eventually recognized it and retrieved their own liberty. Evil has found a solution to its losses in making partners of its slaves. Democracy is the greatest evil that could possibly exist. It is a greater evil than communism. Whoa. Greater evil than communism. That's intense. And a greater evil than royalty. Dang. I could see that. I don't know if I agree with that, but I could see it. All other forms of tyranny are obviously evil because they allowed the few to control the lives of all. Freedom was destroyed for nearly everyone. Democracy, however, teaches that you are free enough to vote, a seemingly better system. Unfortunately, it legitimizes other people voting away your freedoms. This makes it evil. What makes it pure evil, and the greatest form of evil that can possibly exist, is that you also vote to take away freedoms. Dunce, you dolt. Choosing the lesser of two evils is still participating in evil. If you vote and yet you still go to church and you claim to be a spiritual human being, you are a complete jackass. You are a complete dunce if you are sitting in those Sunday pews, going to the voting polls, and saying that you love yourself and your children. You are a complete idiot who has their head in the sand with your butt in the air, ready to be RAPED. Everyone becomes a slave and everyone becomes a master of slaves. Perfect evil. Evil perfected. Okay, so that's the next one is pretty. The next chapter is kind of long. Yeah, I need to get the trivium. Oh no, we can still keep going. We'll do another chapter. How many chapters are left here? So we have, that was chapter 6, democracy, and then chapter 7, economics. And then after that is the pattern of liberty, and the end of all evil is chapter 9. Followed by Appendix A, the glossary of the culture of evil. I don't know, maybe I'll just sail around for a little bit. Nobody really nobody really tuned in today. They're probably all with their families, which is good. You know, God bless them. Yeah, I was reading through the appendix. Though some of these definitions of the words that he has in this appendix are really interesting. Like for one example, culture's definition of terrorism, it's put that it's religious fanaticism, and then it says on the right of it, the true definition is lost the spot. Evil men attempting to establish a competing government. That's what the true definition of terrorism, according to this book. Yeah, it's really interesting. So, chapter 7. I'll put the. I'm gonna put the bookmark in here. Yeah. So, I just had to talk about freedom. Like I said, the dogs were literally barking. You guys heard it. Dogs barking at every 30 seconds at nothing. So it's kind of hard to read. Kind of hard to read the trivium. You know, which the trivium is really good. I should go grab the trivium, kind of read some of the excerpts, because this is a modern day Chatauqua. It's not just about the end of all evil. I don't know if I'll do a modern day Chatauqua of the trivium. The section of the trivium that I'm on right now is it's all on poetry. Oh yeah, and the fire's going out, so I got to restoke the so I can sit with the cozy book. Cozy squirt dog. Let's see, what was I reading? So, poetry is really freaking deep, and it's actually this book is really entertaining. Although it takes me back to elementary school in English class with what was it? Was it Mrs. Byers? And then Miss Smith, she was epic. I really miss Miss Smith. She was awesome. She was a great grammar teacher on this subject. Ooh, there's another one. I can't remember all my teachers. Mr. Spear, the science teacher, he was always talking about how he's a vegetarian, so I always thought that he get it. You know, shout out to Mr. Spear, dude. He retired. Good for him. So just for example, like caesura, which means to take a break. This is on page 136 of the Trivium. A break or audible pause in the flow of a line is called a caesura. From the Latin cedere, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, to cut. Caesurae can vary or support poetic rhythm and create expressive contracts, both metrical and rhetorical, often marked with punctuation. They are like breath pauses between musical phrases. A caesura near the beginning of a line is termed initial, near the middle is medial, and near the end is terminal. In the extracts below from Paradise Lost, John Milton, 1608-74, makes flexible use of initial and terminal caesurae. So you guys see how like it's super like it's grammar. I mean it's it's grammar for sure, but it's really good. It's really good to get your brain turning. And this was my favorite subject in school. I mean, I know you got, if you follow the channel, I'm not a fan of math. I'm terrible with numbers, and that's probably why I just do not like money, because it's just a worthless number on a piece of crap, worthless paper that isn't worth the freaking whatever the hell it's printed on. But anyways, yeah, very hard to concentrate when you got beagles barking every 30 seconds. So I guess it's kind of a little short one, which is probably good because, like I say all the time, people's attention spans are devastated. Actually, can we burn this ship down? Just because it's nighttime, I think it'll look really pretty. Got any fireworks? Oh, yeah. All right, this is gonna be fun. Well, thank you so much if you made it this far. I really appreciate you. Not sure when I'll get to the next Chatauqua. It'll probably be definitely after the holidays. I just had to get it off my chest. Like I said, I watched that Mark Passio natural law presentation, and just got fired up. Had to get it off my chest. It was a good time. I really want to play Sea of Thieves, but I have to prioritize reading books, right? It's what Mark Passio says about shadow work, doing the shadow work. A lot of people say, oh, I can't read the book, I don't have the time. Well, that's the thing. You have to make the time to read the book, right? Like, I want to play video games, but I gave myself an obligation, right? I gave myself a challenge to commit to do these book reviews every first of the month, so I'm going to stick with it. I don't care if people don't watch them. I'm making the time. I don't care if people don't read the books, even if they do watch the book review. I'm making the time. Because I care. It's not rocket science. You know, most people say they value freedom. You go to the Trump rallies, freedom, freedom, freedom. You know, what do people desire the most? What they don't have. You know, like right now, I haven't had pizza in about 3 days. I don't crave pizza when I get done eating pizza, right? It's like, you know, like we all crave freedom because we do not have true freedom. We all crave workers' rights because we don't have workers' rights. You know, this is why these people are going, hey, what's up, Elliot? Oh, you missed it, man. I'm kind of wrapping up again. Thanks for tuning in, man. I was just setting the ship on fire. I just had to talk about freedom a little bit before it got too late and everybody goes to bed. Should I keep going? I mean, since you tuned in, should I keep reading The End of All Evil? I'm on chapter 7. Yeah, I gotta get back to the trivium. Story of your life? What, the burning ship, or or just late? No, I feel that. Oh, I'll do the event announcements. So I totally forgot. Totally forgot about the event announcements. So tomorrow, for Christmas Day, people always leave when I show up. No, I feel that. No, dude, I can totally relate to that. What's up, Mr. Carrot? Oh, dude, now you guys are tuning in, man. I already read the chapter. Should I? Oh, I'm telling. Man, if I read another chapter, I might as well just finish the whole book. I just shared it. Hold on, let me get my fondle slab out. Let me whip out the Fed book. Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Like, I click notify on the Seed Truth Academy's like new video, and I subscribed, I follow, I get the ding, and with Seed Truth Academy, they talk about freedom. I don't get any notifications. But like, if somebody posts a 10-minute video on why Disney is so expensive, I get like my phone will vibrate and I'll get the notification. It's so stupid. I hate the algorithms, man. Not a fan. But tomorrow, Christmas Day, speaking of End of All Evil, on the End Evil podcast, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. My time, Midwest time. What is Midwest? Eastern Central, I think. EndEvil.life. Mark Passio of the Shadow Work. What is the best gift? How about a future of freedom for humanity? Join me. This is Chris Jansen's post. Join me in the live chat on Christmas, 6 p.m. Pacific. Mark Passio, creator of What on Earth is Happening, explains why the modern freedom movement fails without... actually, hold on. Fix this way. Passio explains... Oh, wait. What on Earth's Happening explains why the modern freedom movement fails without deep internal transformation. Passio explains... Dang, that sank quick. Passio explains how shadow work, brutal self-honesty, moral responsibility, and dismantling ego and fear is inseparable from true freedom. And why objective morality, not belief or hope, governs human liberation. This conversation is challenging, uncomfortable, and meant to push you out of your comfort and into real action, clarity, and personal responsibility. That's going to be a really good one. Oh, he's going to be in the chat. Yes, dude, get me fired up, bro. I'll definitely be in the chat. I'll see you there. I'll see you there, my friend. Oh, the thumbnail is of a ship on fire. I hope the thumbnail sticks with that, because that'll be a great thumbnail. And there's also another event announcement. The freedom. I've been announcing this on every single Chatauqua, because it is important. You too, Mr. Carrot. Yeah, jump in, Mr. Carrot, if you're not doing anything. You know, a lot of times I'll listen to those interviews and play video games. Like I don't have like shoot me. I'm a bad freedom activist. You know, like a lot of the times I'll just listen to the interview while it's live, and I'll play like Sea of Thieves, or I'll go play a really casual game like Fortnite, Infinite Tower Tycoon. You know, and just chill out, have fun, get the knowledge. Right. Make it more entertaining. Sometimes I watch it on my computer. Depends on the day. 9 p.m. might have. I don't know. I don't know when they're having Christmas dinner and all that stuff tomorrow. So I don't even know if people will be in here hanging out. But coming soon, Freedom Under Natural Law 5. Ignite Hearts and Minds, the event that will spark truth, love, and freedom. February 21st and 22nd, 2026. A free online educational experience. Actually, I would say that is a Freedom Under Natural Law is a modern day Chatauqua. A modern day Chatauqua. Oh! Ah! Yeah, I hear that, brother. Stupid skeletons. Yeah, let me know if you guys are gonna be gaming, or I'll probably jump on. But like I said, we'll be having dinner, and I actually need to clean the house a little bit more. We haven't really been cleaning much, kind of slack. Probably need to clean the bathroom at least. But I really want to read more of the Trivium, and I have. How many days do I have left? Because the end of the month is coming in hot. So that's why I can't game. I really want to game. But I gotta knock these chapters out. I feel like once I get through the grammar part of the book... Yeah, dude, actually, speaking of, after this, I gotta log into Fort to get them gifts. I've been slacking on that, too. I haven't logged in at all. I'm probably gonna miss it. But, let's see here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 days to record. What the heck? This island is nuts. I have 7 days. Is somebody shooting me? Oh, you flatfoot. I have 7 days to transfer notes, read over 200 pages. Transfer the notes into the notebook, and record a book review. And try to get a job, and like on top of all that stuff. So I really want to keep reading and hang out with you guys, but we will do it probably. So Christmas is Thursday, so we'll have another modern day Chatauqua. So if you guys are tuned in, modern day Chatauqua. Let's say like, oh yeah, dude, that's so much freaking work. But luckily I get to read a book like in bed and cuddle Squirt Dog, right? It's not that like, it's not too bad. Whoa, hey! I was about to sit down, freaking blew me up in the sky. Let me wade in the water a little bit. So I'll make an announcement. I'll try to make a little flyer or something. But again, making a flyer is going to take away from reading. I think I have like it's 400-page book, and I'm on almost to page 150. So like I said, I'm not good at math, however many pages that is. And then transfer the notes. But we'll continue the modern day Chatauqua. What are you guys available? Friday? What time Friday are you guys available? Like 3 p.m.? 3 p.m. Friday sound good? Either way. Look, my beard's getting wet. Yeah, let's do 3 p.m. Friday. That's, what is that? Eastern Central? No, not. Yeah, Eastern Central Time in the Midwest. 3 p.m. Friday. Yes, Mr. Carrot. Please tune in, man. I really want to game with you, but like, yeah, I freaking gotta grind this book out, you know. Grinding of another kind. We'll get on some Fortnite. We definitely need to get some Fortnite dubs for sure. For sure. Actually, if you get on Fortnite tomorrow, if you get tired of the I'm not, my day looks like Friday. Oh, I see. Well, come on, tune in later after the live stream, you know. You'll be on today? Oh, I might have to. Maybe I'll read for like an hour, because I really wanted to get to at least page 200. If I get past page 150, I think I'll be satisfied for the day. I think throughout the day, while everybody's cooking and like just hanging out, I think I can knock out some pages during Christmas. So Friday, 3 p.m. Me and Mr. Carrot, eventually we're going to be sailing the seas. We're going to be grinding Fortnite on Twitch. So make sure you tune into that. Follow Big Live Visions on Twitch. Just message me and I will get on. Yeah, right on, brother. Yeah, let me knock out some pages. I need a dub. Yeah, I need a Fortnite dub. Because I drank some W, I'm all fired up. That's why I... Oh, yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Friday, 3 p.m., we're going to continue this awesome discussion. Talking about that natty law, baby. Merry Christmas to Mr. Carrot and Elliot. Freaking love you guys. Appreciate you guys. You guys are legends for, for being so loyal to Beagle Eye Visions. Appreciate you guys. So everybody, gave you the old Midwest goodbye. Say hello to your folks for me. Stay tuned and stay gold. I'm signing off.